let's move on to the actual shows this week. Let's start with Raw. What did you think of Raw post the Raw after WrestleMania? Is usually such a big show.
Well, I thought like the first hour, it was pretty much the Street Profits versus Austin Theory / Angel Garza show. It was like 3 different matches with different combinations of everyone for that first hour. So it was like Street Profits versus the other tag team, and then it was Bianca Belair versus in her match, and then all three against 3. So it was just like, okay, we're trying to fill time, so we're going to use these people in different combinations to fill up that first hour. But I mean, hey, Bianca Belair making her official debut. She says she goes here now, so she's officially on Raw. So congrats to her. But I will admit, I'm a little bummed that she's no longer on NXT because I felt like she had some unfinished business down there. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think it is interesting to see them pull the trigger on pulling her up to Raw, or pulling her to Raw, not up. But I would have rathered her, be a challenger to Charlotte Flair in NXT now. They have unfinished business after the Rhea Ripley stuff. So I feel like that would have been a call to make. I guess maybe by virtue of the fact that she's married to Montez Ford, that's a move that they maybe made for them. I'm not super sold on her being sort of paired with the Street Profits, though, because I think she has so much to offer as a single entity. I'm not really interested in her getting sort of wrapped up with the Street Profits as much as I want to see her just be on her own, doing her own thing, because she is such a just megastar waiting to happen, in my opinion.
And I feel like, there's unfinished business in NXT because she was like in the mix with Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair at the beginning of this year. And I was kind of hoping that whoever wins between Rhea Ripley and Charlotte, Bianca would have been the number one contender to challenge that person and then have a good rivalry there. And then with how deep the NXT women's roster is, that there was still plenty of other people she could take on. And I just feel like that's the best women's division going right now. So it makes sense that she's one of the top athletes. She should be there. But I get it from maybe more of a personal standpoint. Her husband's on Raw, so when they go back on the road again, she could be with him more often as well. And you can look at it from a positive standpoint. She's on Raw, so potentially matchups with Becky Lynch, and Shayna Baszler's been up there now. So I mean, it's just new competition for her to face new fresh matchups. I get that. And she does help build up the Raw roster, like reinforce that as like another top women's division. So wherever she goes, she's going to help fill out that roster and make it better right out of the gate. So and it kind of opens up the opportunity for other women on the NXT roster to get a place now to shine. So I guess they figure it's a win-win all the way around.
Well, and let's keep it with the women of Raw, as Nia Jax made her long, I won't say anticipated, but she came back. I'm not a big Nia Jax fan, but I do think that there is mileage to be had with her in a feud with Becky Lynch, and I know that they sort of did an abbreviated one on her march to, becoming fully Becky 2 belts and everything like that. But I think there's more mileage to be had there with her breaking Becky's face, and that they can they can revisit that. Like, it feels like a fresh matchup because it's so much time has gone by. But what do you think?
Yeah, like I said, it just between Nia Jax, Bianca Belair, Shayna Baszler, and with all the other, Liv Morgan starting to get some more screen time, Natty, so the Raw women's division is starting to beef up again. Like, there's more bodies available, so it kind of gives Becky some more competition and more possible different matchups. So I think from on paper standpoint, okay, cool. They have more people available on the roster that they can use for potential matchups and matches on Raw and pay-per-views and stuff. So that's the one silver lining in all of this. Is like, okay, great. Fresh, just kind of gives Becky some more people, if they, first off, congrats to Becky, 1 full year plus as women's champion on Raw. So, but, it gives her some fresh matchups because she kind of went through everyone else last year. So, in that standpoint, okay, cool. So maybe that's why they brought Bianca Belair up, and for Nia as well. So, but yeah, I'm with you. Nia has been hit or miss with me on her time on Raw, and what she can bring to the table. But I hope she can, they can retap, as you said, the rivalry that they had
The
a year and a half ago.
the best role that Nia could have had is if WWE had kept Eva Marie and she would have been Eva Marie's Diesel.
Yeah.
That would have been the best role for her, and I think she could still be a heavy for somebody like a Scarlett Bordeaux or something like that. That wants to be sort of the anti-wrestler, but more the WWE diva type deal. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully they do something cool with her and Becky. We'll see about that. Apollo Crews returned to Raw.
He signed an expiring contract.
I mean, I don't know. Apollo seems like a nice enough guy. I don't think he's ever really caught on in WWE in terms of the charisma aspect of it. Big Show and Drew McIntyre. What did you think? At this, did Big Show turn heel? What is it? What I mean, it is such like a character. I know he didn't turn fully heel, and I know they're trying to get Drew over as this superhero. Or to me, it was okay. You got Big Show literally challenging him 20 minutes after he won the title from Brock Lesnar. They're really strapping the rocket ship, though. It felt like a Roman Reigns-esque segment that they would have done with him, way back in the day when they were trying to get Roman over as the guy.
Unless, my only reason why that segment happened was maybe logistics with the actual coronavirus pandemic that we're living in.
That's a good point.
And the situation that we're in, and how much time they're allowed to use the performance center to film segments and tape stuff. So maybe, because theoretically, when someone wins a title for the first time, the next night on Raw or SmackDown, whatever brand they're on, they'll have a celebration for them winning the championship. I'm just speculating. This is just me guessing. Maybe they felt like, okay, listen, we don't know how long our future is using the performance center. We got to do something with Drew for the next night on Raw. And maybe they felt like they didn't have time to film a segment for him the following night. So instead, let's just film something that same night after WrestleMania, quote, ended, that we can play back on Raw the next night on Raw. So instead of your traditional celebration, let's bring him back to the ring. Because I was like, why is he coming back to the ring? He just fought Brock Lesnar. Why is he coming back in the ring for a promo? Usually you would do that promo maybe in the ring right after they won, but 20 minutes later? That doesn't make sense. We've never seen that before in pro wrestling. I won the title. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go back in the ring. And, someone challenges me right there on the spot. I mean, we've never seen that before. It just felt like, obviously, it was catered to recording something that they could replay on Monday night to fill time. So that was my thinking. It was okay, with Drew, go back out there. We're going to film another segment with you celebrating in the moment, and Big Show. So it's technically his first title defense is against Big Show that we can show the next night on Raw and shows that you're a fighting champion. And I liked how he said, dude, I just beat Brock Lesnar. I'm taking the rest of the night off. And then Big Show kept poking at him to do the match. And then they have the match. So that's what I'm thinking. It was it just maybe was a time filler for the next right, because maybe they didn't know how much time they had to use the performance center in future dates.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.